Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are so excited that you're here. I'm Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host. And we always just love these nights. We're doing a community night. So people just coming on and sharing what they've noticed personally with the technology or people that they have helped. And we always want to start with our disclaimer, our medical disclaimer. All of the technology that we'll be talking about is not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. If you are pregnant or nursing or on medications, we always recommend that you check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first, just like you would with embarking on any type of new diet or exercise program. So with that, we will dive into stories. And then I may share, depending on how much time we have, a little bit about the technology so you can understand how it works. If we don't get that far, you can always go to my YouTube channel, Embrace Optimal Health. We do a Monday night call every Monday that goes over the technology, allows people to ask questions. There's lots of recordings on my YouTube channel if you want to know more about that as well, or reach out to whoever invited you to the call tonight, and they will make sure and get you more details. But what's amazing about this technology is it's why we do what we do. The results that we get, the things that we see that happen and change in people's lives is just truly such a blessing to be a part of. So think of your stories, think of the things that you want to share personally and the people that you've helped. I'll just share a few things that people have told me over the last, several, weeks or so, or this last week. One gentleman, he was playing golf, and he's been wearing the technology now for, oh, I don't know, it may be 2 years. He's been wearing it for a little while, but for whatever reason, I don't know, why he forgot that he could just put it on the point of pain. But he was playing golf and he pulled his groin. And so obviously, he ended up talking to somebody else, and they were like, well, why don't you just put the patch, on your point of pain? And so he was doing X39 during the day and then X49 at night. This is an interesting thing that I've only discovered with him that is very interesting, is that X49 actually makes him very, very tired. And the interesting thing about that too is that because we know that it supports AHK copper peptide, supports your brain and your heart. He actually has some things that he's had for over 13 years going on with his brain and his heart. And so the X49 actually makes him very tired. So I just said, he's like, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to wear this. He is like full of energy. Somebody would probably say that he has ADD or ADHD. He's just always full of energy, just an amazing, amazing person. And anyway, I was like, no, you don't have to stop wearing it. Just wear it at night and let's see how that does. And so he started wearing it at night, has been sleeping better than he has ever slept in, just a really long time. He actually uses not a typical like sleep apnea breathing device every night, but one that's more extensive than that actually. And he's having all kinds of dreams and just sleeps so well, I guess. And I would have never, I haven't seen that with the X49. So he was the first one that I've seen. But it makes sense, right? Because if your body's trying to regenerate something, then your body's going to want to shut down and it's going to want to sleep, because that's when you regenerate. So anyway, because he pulled his groin playing golf, he then put the X39 during the day right on the spot, and then the X49 at night right on the spot. And he was supposed to go back and play golf in another day. And so he just thought he was going to have to cancel. It was really that bad. And he said it was basically right at 20 hours. It was like everything changed. All the discomfort was gone. And he ended up playing golf in a day and a half, as if he never injured his groin at all. There was no pull, there was no issue. He was having problems walking, like he really, really injured himself. So that was really amazing. He also had for a really long time, again, he didn't tell me any of this, or I would have told him to put his patches right at his point of discomfort. But I guess he had plantar fasciitis, and his ankle was actually swelling because of that. So he started wearing the patches on his ankle and on his foot. And all of that cleared up as well. Very like within that, 20 hours too. So very, very quickly that all, and he'd been struggling with the swollen ankle, he said for months. So it had just moved into plantar fasciitis and it was super painful. And once he put the patches there on his ankle, oh, no problems anymore. So that he was super excited about all of that. So, and that's it, right? Like we want to be able to do the things in our life that bring us joy, that allow us to have community with other people. And so when you have an injury, it takes you out of all of that, especially if you do any type of athletics like golf or something like that. So he was super excited. And of course I was super excited for him as well. So, who else has a story for us tonight?
I always have something.
Awesome. I love it.
Um, so I personally, that's weird that you said the X40, he was wearing the X49 at night because the other night, of course, a couple days this past week, I've had, for some reason, only in the evening time, I get this sinus pressure. And it's like it's dry. I'm stuffed, but it's dry and there's nothing there. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is cannot be happening. Why am I so stuffy? And I was like, so the other night I had Silent Night on my left cheek and X49 on my right cheek. Because
Wow.
yeah, for some reason I dropped my X39. I couldn't remember which one it was because I was taking my patches off, but I remembered my X49 was under my belly button. So I was like, oh, I'm going to put that on the right cheek and Silent Night on the left cheek. And within like a couple minutes, I was cleared up.
Wow.
So that's amazing. But that makes sense because if we do need repairing our brain in the evening, obviously when we're sleeping, it makes him tired when he wears it. Maybe that's why I'm always tired. It doesn't give me any energy.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So you hadn't really thought about it either. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So that you may need to start trying to wear it in the evening instead.
I think
So
I'm gonna do
you'll
that.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know what you think. It was funny because he was talking to somebody else who has been helping people use the technology for quite a while now. And they told, when he was telling him that he wore his X49 at night, he said that he's heard that several times. So I was like, oh, I have never heard that before. So I don't know how long the other person has been helping people with patching, but I hadn't heard it, in 3.5 years. So that was
Yeah,
the
me
first,
either.
just
So
with,
I think I
yeah.
would have been like, so when did you find out you could wear it at
Right.
night?
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
was always told that it was for strength and stamina, and I think that would be like give you like energy and everything.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't suggest wearing
absolutely.
it at night. So huh,
No, yeah. And I mean, it's made for our athletes, really, or women, that struggle with any kind of bone issues. So,
yes,
so yeah, you wouldn't, it's not targeted that, but that's just a great example, right? Of everyone being different, everybody's bodies being different,
yeah,
and to listen to your body and being able to tailor what you personally need, which goes across everything, right? Whether it is with our technology or whether it is, I was even talking to another lady the other day who we patched her. She's had terrible, back issues for a really long time. She didn't tell me, but the day that I patched her, she was wearing her back brace that day. And
mm,
so I didn't even know under her clothes that she had her back brace on. But because she was struggling to sit in the meeting that we were in a metal chair, which if your back hurts, that's like
oh,
so awful.
yeah,
I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were in so much pain.
wow,
Yes, she almost canceled coming to
no,
the meeting that we had. So anyway, and she said she totally noticed feeling like that, discomfort just really dissipated. So I'm super excited. We got her started today actually. And so I'm excited to see what else she notices because she was talking about even like medications that she had been on and her friend had been on for the same kinds of issues, in their past.
mm,
And they would check their blood sugar and things that would spike her blood sugar that would normally be on a diet that would be okay for issues with your blood sugar.
right,
Um, she couldn't actually eat.
wow,
Whereas her friend could. And so that's just it is that everybody's body is different. And so it's so important for us to take back our own personal autonomy and really listen to what's going on with our own body. Because when we do that, no matter whether it's, medications or foods we're eating or this technology, that will make us so much more in tune and able to help and support ourselves if we're really just paying attention to what works for each individual, no matter what kind of support it is for the body. So, yeah, very, very
Mhm.
interesting.
I did have another
Awesome.
testimony as well. So we have a brand partner. He's been using the technology for 5, 6 weeks now. And I talked to him the other night, and he was, just sharing with me how he's feeling. And I was patching him for plantar fasciitis, because I myself personally have had issues with that. And I know what works for me and what had worked for me, and I will never forget that. So I just shared with him where to patch, and he used it, and he was like, oh, okay. So, it definitely alleviated most of the discomfort.
Hmm.
But when he talked to me, he said he was, getting ready to go to work, and he had forgotten to put his patches on. Well, he didn't realize he didn't have his patches on until the afternoon time, and he kept saying to himself, why is my back hurting? My lower back's hurting today. And he went and touched his back, and there was no patch, and he went, oh, I forgot my patches. But he
Yeah.
said he's glad that he had that experience because he had his patches with him.
Mhm.
So he felt the pain come back, and then he patched himself, and he said it was maybe about 20 minutes. He said it was completely gone. So he
Yeah.
said
That's incredible.
he didn't really think that it worked that well until he didn't have them.
Exactly. Yes,
So
exactly.
yeah.
So walk us through what you in particular have found that works really great for plantar fasciitis.
Yeah. So my personal experience with that is I always start with the ice wave, obviously, but Eon on the back of the neck, and then ice wave on the heel of the foot. I put the carnosine in the middle where the little arch is, where the pain is, the stretched band, and the pain and discomfort is usually in that area. And then the white ice wave I put on the top of the foot. So it's just like three patches in a straight line.
So on top of the foot, as in, so you've got the heel, you've got the arch, and then when you move to the top, like it
I'm
big
gonna
toe, where would
Let
it
me see
be?
if I can find the picture. I'm gonna
Okay.
find a picture because I sent
Okay.
it to him the other day. It's funny because I found a diagram of a foot and the bottom of a foot, and I put the colors, the circles. The tan one is the tan ice wave, the light
Yeah.
blue is the carnosine, and the white patch was the white ice wave. So that's
Yeah.
what I did, and I sent it to him, and he's like, "Oh, that's great."
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
And so then Eon was on the back of the neck at C7, the bump that kind of sticks up there when you put your head
Yes.
down. And where did you put X39?
X39, he has that on his lower back.
Okay, because he feels issues in his lower back, so he would put that one there. That's awesome.
He was mainly using it for lower back pain. So that was
Before the
why.
foot thing came up.
Yes.
Okay.
Here it
Yeah.
is. Let me send it to the chat.
Okay. I could probably give you screen share. Do you have that? Let's see.
I'll just throw it in there. That way you can actually see
Okay.
the image. Oh, okay, where is it? Photo.
Yeah, so that's super exciting because I don't think on the things that I've seen that they utilize carnosine as well. You utilize carnosine so well. Okay, so even though this is showing the bottom of the foot, you said the iceway goes on the top of the foot in that spot,
The tan ice wave goes on the heel. The
right?
white ice wave goes on the top, and the carnosine goes right in the center. Mm-hmm.
So you just mean on the bottom of the foot, but closer to the ball of the foot.
Yes.
Okay. How do I grab that to share it in the on
I
our video?
don't know.
Okay.
Let
I don't
me
know how
you
to
want me to
Download
send
it.
it?
Download it first, Nikki,
Okay. Okay.
and then you can share your screen from the download, and then we'll see it.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
Ed knows how to do everything.
Yes, and we're so thankful. We're so thankful that he knows how to do
That's
everything.
funny.
Yes. Okay. Well, anybody else have another story they want to share while I'm downloading this?
I have a story.
Awesome.
All right. I've been patching, helping this lady, 87-year-old um, brand partner that has had pain all her life and discomfort all over her body. And so she has been calling me almost every day so that we can help her patch. And she has a hard time stretching or putting her arms behind her neck. But she's been getting a lot of relief and she's very thankful. So you never know who you're going to help, who
Absolutely.
who the Lord is guiding you to help. And don't be afraid, don't be shy, don't be um, upset when people don't react or reject you, but the right people will come your way, and you just gotta keep using this technology. Now, a quick testimony about myself. I Sometimes I don't drink enough water because of running around like crazy and not really being hydrated, which I shouldn't, but it happens. And when I do, I get this crazy, crazy headaches and I don't like to take medicine, so I just go to sleep. And Vicky be like, really just do something about it, put some patches on. And I'm like, I don't have energy enough to go get them. So that's how it was the other day. And then I said, you know what? We have the X2O water. So I chugged one whole 16-ounce glass, and within seconds, my headache and pain was gone.
Wow.
So I love that, and I knew that it was dehydration. You
Yeah,
just kind of
absolutely.
know it.
Yeah.
So I just thank God that we have that technology that I didn't have to take a nap, I didn't have to go to sleep. I was fine. I watched a little bit of TV afterwards.
Yes, praise the Lord. That's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's amazing. And yes, why we're so thankful for the technology. And so that's our water technology that is infused with 6 different wavelengths of light. What that allows is for each and every cell in your body to, it changes the bond angle on the water, and it allows for that hydration to then penetrate into the cell so we can actually get cellular hydration. And so a lot of people struggle with absorptions. They struggle with being dehydrated, even though they're drinking a lot of water. And so this technology helps for people to solve that problem. Or hopefully, like all of us that already feel good, we're just using the technology because we want to keep that for, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, for as long as God leaves us here. Just help with our hydration overall. And hopefully that's going to prevent, there's so many different issues in the body, like you're talking about, um, discomfort in the head that have to do with being dehydrated. And so, if we're just hydrated, especially when it comes to inflammation across the body, in the joints, anything, a lot of times it's simply just dehydration. So, having a technology like this and using it on a daily basis, I think really can do wonders for people. So I'm super excited that we have it. And I'm so glad you got those amazing results. Yeah. Okay, I have the picture downloaded for the foot. So can everybody see that? Yes. Okay. So you've got the ice wave here for if you have, plantar fasciitis. Carnosine is actually here, and this is the white ice wave. So ice wave is a 2-patch system. It just breaks the pain frequency in the body, and carnosine helps with tissue repair, and like it can help with bringing down inflammation. This wouldn't have been a traditional way that I've seen it used, but Vicky always has some cool trick that she does, with carnosine that I always feel like is like I would never think of using carnosine for that because I don't necessarily notice anything with carnosine, but a lot of people do, and so it's great to have something fantastic, that we can utilize because a lot of people struggle with the pain in the feet, like for that reason. So. Um, okay, so I had another gal who called me this week and let me know that she has struggled with being consistent. So she finally got really consistent using the X39, which is our regenerative patch, which just helps regenerative cells get up and going. It helps your immune system, your collagen production all across your body, not just hair, skin, and nails, your brain, your heart, so many things. And so it's our foundational patch. So she finally got consistent 4 months into that. She really struggled with her monthly cycles. And so she decided to go ahead and add the SP6 patch. And she was like, it has been a life changer for her. So she, she's going to get her mom started on it. Like she just has been so impressed. So one of the first things what she noticed is I guess she has really terrible mood swings. So all you husbands out there, listen up. And if your lovely wife has terrible mood swings once a month, you just need to go ahead and spend the money and invest in her health and yours for the sake of your marriage. Let her try the SV6 patch and see if that makes a huge difference for her too. So she won't go without it. She also had, terrible pain along with those cycles. And the SV6 has just changed everything for her in literally just in less than 1 month of using it. So I haven't really heard that over SV6 that quickly and that dramatically. But again, everybody's body's different. It's why we need to try these things. It's why we need to listen to our bodies, try the other technologies, give it some time. Thankfully, she got really quick results. But even if you can give something, 3 months, 90 days worth of a try to see if you can get, something else out of it. Like I said, the gentleman with the groin pain and then the swollen ankle, he's been using the technology for a really long time. So he was noticing that it was kind of helping, but it was when he moved it to those spots of pain where he just got 20 hours and those things were just completely gone. Whatever, the problem was just now gone. So anyway, so that, yeah, I've had several people tell me that they have more energy and better sleep. Another person who told me that their joint pain is 90% better. This, let me see if I can find the detail. This one story is just, it's so jaw dropping. I just couldn't even believe it. So 57 years old, 4 years, he had 4 years of terrible reports from a doctor after he had a heart incident. He was actually expecting the doctor to tell him that it was going to be time for open heart surgery. Oh, yes, I see, Pastor Ed. Yes, use your SP6 every day, women. Yes, you want to use it every day. It's going to help with all the things. So definitely use that. Anyway, so he went back into the doctor for his 9-month checkup. He'd been, well, not necessarily his 9-month checkup, but he'd been using the X39 for 9 months. So he went in just for all the regular things with his cardiologist, the nuclear stress test, the EKG, the full blood panel. And so, like I said, he was just, beside himself of this is not going to be good. His cardiologist had him come back in to go over his results. And he was actually terrified because, thinking his doctor's having us come back in instead of just tell me over the phone or send me my results. The doctor actually had called LifeWave, the cardiologist, talked to them about, because he had told him, what he was doing, and that he called LifeWave. He was actually on 9 different medications. The cardiologist told him that, he had spoken with LifeWave. He's obviously looking at all his test results. He is now able to get off all 9 medications because his EKG now showed no irregularity, no signs of scar tissue on his heart anywhere. He was no longer in kidney failure, and his cholesterol was now completely imbalanced. So the doctor actually told him that if he hadn't put in the stents with his own 2 hands, he wouldn't have believed that that this man was telling the truth about anything going on with his heart, because there was no evidence of a heart incident had ever taken place. So that is shocking, absolutely shocking. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves when given the right tools. Our body will do its job. We have, like just what Pastor Ed was saying, do not be afraid people are going to respond however they respond with this technology. Don't be afraid to share it, because if you can change someone's life like that, and it doesn't matter, right? That person with their heart stuff going on, but also, my friend with his groin pain. Again, quality of life for the individual and what they're doing in their daily lives. So, anyway, just truly remarkable. Yes, Miss Vicky.
I thought of another one, and I'm not sure if I shared this the last time,
Okay.
but I have had issues with my bladder for many, many years. And one of the issues was always overactive bladder. So when I started using the X2O, I started to feel like was getting a bladder infection or a urinary tract infection. It was so weird. And then I didn't feel like I was getting it. And then a couple days went by, and then I felt like it was happening again. And I was like, what is happening? So then, obviously I'm praying, and obviously I'm like, okay, it's regenerating itself. I'm going to tough this out. I'm going to keep drinking the water. So just recently, I realized this, though, with the overactive bladder, is that when you really appreciate the X2O when you have it, but when you run out of your regular water machine, like your reverse osmosis, because that's what we have, that's what we've been using. For some reason, our power went out and it went off, couldn't use the water. So I started drinking more X2O. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is just, the greatest water. It's smooth like butter, goes down so nice. But what I notice is when I have to use the restroom, it's not like that pressure in my bladder to where I feel like, oh, my eyeballs are floating. It's just like that nice stream that comes out, which is normal. That's normal. And I haven't had many feelings of normal in that area. So I appreciate that. And I'm so thankful. Thank you, Lord, for this technology.
Absolutely. That's huge. Yeah, that's so amazing, because we do have those like things that happen because of how we've eaten, or our body's used to getting some really great support, and then for whatever reason it doesn't get it, or we go on vacation or whatever happens, and then, you're paying attention. You're noticing what's going on, in your body, and, just being like, okay, or what's going on here, and the fact that it, again, those tools, giving your body
Yes.
the support that it needs, to work out whatever is going on. We don't have to have all the details. We don't have to know what's specifically going on. If the body is just given the, tools that it needs, it can do miraculous things, absolutely miraculous things. So I'm so
Amen.
thankful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, like Pastor Ed said, I mean, don't ever be discouraged about sharing this technology. When, uh, we are a part of being able to support people to change their lives, to make a huge difference when regular things, don't seem to work, or, the regular system gives up on people. They don't have anything else for them. They're just at the mercy of, taking their medications, and then the side effects that come from those medications, and then just being put on another medication. So it's just a very vicious cycle once you get started down that road. And to have an option for people to get off of that, cycle, whether it's even just coming off a few medications, right? That makes a difference in people's lives. And hopefully people will start to feel better. And because they start to feel better, they'll start to eat better. They'll start to get more exercise, because those two contributing factors make a huge difference in your body being able to recover and do even better, and make, some serious strides in how it's functioning each and every day. So allows you to sleep better. When you sleep better, then your body can regenerate like it was designed to do. So hopefully it becomes a wonderful, amazing cycle that we begin to put people on, that is good and productive and a blessing in their lives. And it gives them a change of course in what they were originally on, and the out view, or the view that they had of where their health and their life was going. So you have an amazing tool. Be encouraged. Even if this is something that you're watching, and it's not anything that you're doing as a business, but just to share with people because you care about them. them, because sharing is caring. And so we have gone over our time. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. Please do join us on our Monday night call. That's where 30 minutes you can get questions answered. You can learn more about the technology. That's what we're here for, as well as get back with the person that invited you to the call. Tell them that you're ready to get started. Let's see what it can do for you. Let's see what other knowledge and information you can learn to help support your overall health. We're here for that too. It's why we do what we do. And so with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Have a great evening. See you next week.
Good night.
Good night. God
Everybody
bless.
have a great
Next
night.
time.
God bless.